Welcome back, everybody. Today we're doing something a little bit different than what we typically do. We are about to run 1,000 rounds through this Canik TP9SF. So just a brief history on my ownership of this gun. I've had this one for a while now. Sorry about the wind if it's kicking up. This is one of the first FDE ones that came out. And as of right now, before this test even starts, this pistol has 1,300 rounds through it. So I put about 700 rounds through it, mostly, actually exclusively Minuteman munitions, 115 grain stuff. And then I contacted the folks at XS Sights about it, developing some sights for it. And I wanted to work with them to do so. And what you see on here is actually the first set of prototype sights that they developed. So we have an MMP front sight and then a modified Glock rear sight. The standard Glock rear sight wouldn't work. Your POI and point of impact, the point of aim rather, would be off. So they developed one just for this. The final version of it will actually be fit, of course, to the slide, so it won't hang over like this one does. But this, like I said, is the first version out there in the wild, so that's pretty cool. It also has some Talon grip tape on there, which I also like. But other than that, totally factory gun. You guys have seen it probably in some other videos in a holster. That holster is made for the TLR1. I believe it's Smoky Mountain Concealment. We're rolling a photo of it so you guys can see that. I thought about wearing that one today. However, it's designed for a light, and when we're running 1,000 rounds through the gun, regardless of what happens, if we have malfunctions, if we don't have malfunctions, either way, I wanted to leave it as stock as possible without any accessories on there, because I know if there's issues, folks would say it's because of the light. If there wasn't issues, folks would say it's because of the light. So I just wanted to eliminate as many variables as possible. So anyway, 1,000 rounds of 124 grain full metal jacket 9mm ammo that Armscor sent out for this test, which I really appreciate. We always appreciate the ammo support. And I have 19 18-round mags. So I think it's like 340 something rounds per iteration that we're going to put through. What I'm going to do is just run these continuously. Have a couple shootsteel.com targets downrange, about 15 yards. And I'm not really going to go for accuracy per se. I'm just going to try to use them as a reference point while we're just running these rounds through it. I'm going to have to reload twice, so I'll have to pause the video, reload everything, and then get back into it. So that's about it. Along the way, I'll tell you some things about the pistol, but without further ado, we'll get started. I should also point out that the pistol is cleaned and lubricated right now with break-free CLP, so nothing too fancy, just some basic CLP. The stuff works. It's proven, so we'll see what it'll do. Let's get started. Didn't block back. Block back that time. Didn't block back. Now that may be me. For those that have watched my other Canik videos, you guys know sometimes I hit that slide release, or slide lock rather, and hold it down. It's starting to get a little tiring on the trigger finger. Back. Switch back to the hand that works. It's definitely getting hot, I'll tell you that much. Even with the gloves on, I feel it. Definitely smoking. It's locking back. Still, it's a good sign. tough job, but somebody's got to do it. Still locking back. 6 more mags to go. Tough job. Two more. Last bag. Go. 0 malfunctions so far. What I'm going to do right now is just set the pistol down just like it is. I'm not going to touch it at all. We'll load these mags up, come back, do the next iteration. We reloaded all the mags, but I have some news for you that happened off camera. This pistol actually fell into the dirt because it kind of slid off this little plastic folding table that we have here. I literally just wiped what I could out in terms of dirt with my fingers. It should be okay. Didn't disassemble it, relube it or anything. It looks like some dirt kind of just got on the exterior, the barrel, and the part that worries me is a little bit in the striker channel there, so the firing pin channel. Again, I blew it out, wiped it out with my fingers, so we'll see. Anyway, so not much time has elapsed, real world time, because I have the wonderful Maglua Upalua loader. It's very quick to load, and we'll get back to shooting. Another 19 mags. We'll see how it does with that dirt. Should be okay. Well, the ejection pattern's a little bit different, no doubt about it. I'm noticing that right now. I fear there's dirt in there. All right. That actually looks like we got it back to normal. Malfunction. So, got jammed up in there now. Very well, that could be just that I was using it left-handed, but we don't know. That target is taking some abuse like a champ. Trying not to shoot much left-handed now, although it is a little bit tiring just because of that malfunction. Just trying to eliminate the variables. I tell you what, I can feel some serious heat coming off my right hand. Doing well though. finger's getting tired. These are first world problems, folks. Seems to be doing all right. Four more to go. Not sure if you guys can see, it's literally smoking. One more mag. Last one. That's it. Again, same thing. I'm going to let it sit just like this. You guys can get a good look at it and see how it's looking. I'll let it sit just like this. Shockingly, the dust cover nor the guide rod appear to be warping. I was actually kind of expecting that. Sights are still in place and nothing appears to be melted. So we're going to set it down and get back to loading. Just due to the math of how it all worked out, we filled up 17.5 mags for 1,000 rounds total. Pistol is still quite hot to the touch, and we're going to continue sending rounds downrange. Without further ado. Nothing like the smell of gunpowder. Especially on a lovely Sunday morning. I'm sure the churchgoers around here appreciate this. There is actually a church about half a mile that way behind me, so I'm sure they hear this every weekend. Whew, starting to get tired a little bit. It's too early in this day. Again, I'm not going left-handed because I want to just kind of ensure that that malfunction we had was because of the weak limp-wristedness, which I'm guessing it was. But if that's why if my cadence, I should say, is slowing down, that's why. No rest for the weary. Four and a half left. feel the heat coming off the pistol. Just on my face. Last half a mag. This one's got whatever, 13, 14, 15, something like that in there. Under 18. It's hot. It's very hot to the touch. That's it. All done. So what I'm doing right now is just sort of let it cool down a little bit. And then at the end here, we're going to kind of go over some details of the pistol just a little bit so you guys know who are looking at one of these, what kind of feature set you get with it. But we'll let it kind of cool down so I can touch it with my bare hands and be right back. Real time, it's been about 5 minutes and the pistol is still pretty warm, but just wanted to go over some of the feature set of it when you're actually looking at purchasing one of these. First and foremost, one thing that drives folks to get these pistols is the price point. They tend to come in under $350, which is awesome. Comes with 2 factory Metgar mags, so all the mags that you guys saw today that I used are Metgar mags. On that note, 4 of the mags that I used today actually went through Reed Hendricks pistol course where I was dropping them in the mud, and I didn't clean any of them outside of wiping down the outside, so there's probably some mud and stuff in them. And you guys who watch the channel know I'm a huge fan of Metgar mags for just that reason. They work extremely well. They're held to extremely tight tolerances. They're just good mags all the way around. So it comes with 2 of those. Comes with a holster, which you can use as either a put your belt through it type of holster or a paddle holster. It comes with that. It's a sort of like a Serpa knockoff, and has 3-dot sights as it comes from the factory. Again, we have the XS big dot sights on here. These I believe will be available, at least they're telling me, sometime December, January time frame. The actual production model for those of you guys looking for them for your TP9SF. So it comes with 3-dot sights though, typically from the factory. They're metal sights, which is good. It also comes with interchangeable back straps. I have gigantic meat paws, so I have the large back strap on there underneath those Talon grips, but it comes with all different sizes to fit your hand. Ergonomics are excellent. It does have the slide release and slide lock on one side only. The mag release, I believe you can flip from side to side. Let me look and double check on that, make sure. Yes, you can, as indicated by the magazines. Cold Hammer Forged chrome line barrel. Absolutely a extremely good barrel. The trigger itself is excellent as well. And I know one thing that a lot of folks were asking me when I first got this pistol in was how does the trigger compare to the SA model? Because this is essentially the same pistol as the SA, the TP9SA, with the exception is it doesn't have the decocker. And I know a lot of people like that. So the trigger on this out of the box rather, from the factory is probably, if I had to guess, a pound heavier. That said, they're both exceptional triggers. If you guys have fired HKVP9, Walther PPQ, any of those pistols, it is in that category. It's an exceptional trigger. Very consistent. Obviously, we have a striker fired trigger. It has that little trigger safety on there, and it has a little bit of take up. You hit that wall, it breaks super crisp and clean. As of right now, like I said, we have 2,300 rounds through it. One malfunction like you guys saw when I was shooting left-handed. And the trigger's gotten even better. So right now it's on par with the TP9SA trigger. So let's talk about the actual test itself and what you guys saw there. I think that was pretty impressive. Again, I'm gonna roll in some photos here so you guys can see just how dirty it is. And the fact that it had sand in the striker channel was really concerning to me. I actually thought we were gonna have some serious issues there, and we didn't. And that's a testament to the pistol. So it became sort of a torture test as well as a 1,000-round test. So that is actually the first malfunction I've had with any Canik pistol. Again, I took the TP9 V2 through Reed Hendricks course, and there's a bunch of guys that were there. A few different YouTube videos were shot, and they can attest, not a single malfunction. Everyone was very surprised at what they saw. I wasn't, because at the time that was my 3rd TP9, and hadn't had a malfunction to date with any of them until today. Again, left-handed. So take that for what it's worth. But really, I've been very impressed with the reliability of these pistols. The aftermarket's really growing for them too, which is a sight, which I should say these sights are a testament to, as well as the holster that you guys have seen earlier in the video, as well as the Talon grips. So the aftermarket's taken to them, and it's just sort of a sign that the pistols are really starting to prove themselves here in the US marketplace. A couple other things that we left out is it does have a striker cocked, as a cocked striker indicator. So when the pistol is ready to fire and the striker is cocked, it will protrude a little bit out the back. We also have a loaded chamber indicator on there, so when you have a round in the chamber, it does protrude, letting you know in low light, you can feel it, let you know your gun is in fact loaded. I wouldn't count on that, but it is there. It's a good feature for those who like it. Pistol's still extraordinarily hot. We'll let you guys get a look at it again. One more sort of close-up look at the actual pistol itself. Very impressed with it, like I said, as you guys saw throughout the test here. The real world, this test only took about 45 minutes. So they ran through there pretty fast, and it's still extremely hot, and really did well overall. If you guys have any questions about this pistol, by all means, you can post below in the comments section. You can also post over at my Facebook page as always. But thanks for watching, guys. I truly appreciate it. If you guys are new to the channel and this showed up in your YouTube suggested videos or your Google search, go ahead and click that subscribe button for more content like this. And thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing for those of you that have, and we'll see you in the next video.